welcome to the QL Show.
Hey, man, glad to be here, man. Glad to actually, you know what I'm saying, make it with the one and only QL.
Yeah. So, I mean, you have definitely been a part of the radio show before,
right.
But I thought it was really important that you come, you know, and speak to our viewers who may be at home, who may not get a chance to, you know, listen to the radio and kind of talk more about Forward and Beyond, your nonprofit organization that you brought here.
Right now in this country, you have over 500,000 students dropping out of school a year. That's tremendous. Like, I remember there was a study at one point, there were 7,000 students dropping out of school every day. So that's like taking a student, stacking them on a desk until you reach the height of the Empire State Building. But you do that 12 times, and that's how many students are dropping out of school every single day in this country. And so we're just trying to play our part in helping to shape the identity of how students see themselves at a young age, so that the older they get, they not only move forward in life, but they go beyond just themselves and they become an agent of change where they're influencing the lives of others.
You spent some time in Texas for a while before you came here to South Carolina, but is that where Forward and Beyond was birthed from?
Yeah, so I originally, it was birthed in Texas.
Yeah.
I originally was working for another organization, and they were doing after-school mentoring programs and things like that. And I was in a really rough neighborhood in Houston where the cross street was where pretty much all the prostitutes were walking up and down the street. So kids would be on the bus seeing their moms, their aunties, their older sisters walking up and down the street, and that was normal everyday life for them. And so the curriculum and the program that I was working for before, it wasn't really reaching home. It was very generic, very small, very it just didn't address the issues that they were facing. And so I got kids that, one of my kids came to school one day and sat in the lunchroom cafeteria like he was getting ready to eat lunch, and the police came and got him because he had just shot and killed somebody at the gas station.
Oh, wow.
These are the issues and the things that we were facing. So I was like, man, I want to do something more, because this isn't it. I appreciated having the opportunity to be in front of them, but it's not enough just to be in front of them. I think as mentors, people just put their pat themselves on the back, say I mentored a student. It's more than that. And so I wanted to do something that articulated what the students needed. I wanted to go forward and beyond, not just move forward with them, but I wanted to go past that. And that's where Forward and Beyond was founded. And so we got with a couple of people that have their EDD and curriculum writing and things like that. And we tried to create and write curriculum that's three things: relevant, relatable, and relational to where students actually are, because I can't get you to change if I don't meet you where you're at and then show you the need for change.
Now, talking about mentors, I know like last year you had maybe like 10, 15 mentors. When I came to this, was that like Tanglewood or something like that? The school you came to?
I believe you did come to Tanglewood one year, and then I feel like you came to Berea as well.
I did go to Berea, yeah. So like those mentors, are those people that are just in the community in Greenville, and they, you know, ask you to be a part? Or like, is there a way that mentors can get involved?
Man, we have people drive from Pelsler. We have people drive from Seneca.
Yeah.
We have people drive from Spartanburg. But these are people that just say, hey, I want to do more. And I feel like it's the same with the kids. The students are just looking for connectivity. They're looking for something to connect themselves to. And whoever speaks identity to them first, that's who they're going to gravitate to.
Yeah.
Whether it's a homeboy up the street, like, hey, bro, you got potential. You could be making some real money out here.
Right.
I'm going to gravitate to it. Whether it's a coach, man, you really could do some big things. You could get a scholarship. I'm going to grab. If it's a teacher, man, you're really smart. You need to stick with this. They're going to gravitate to that. And what that says to me is, people just want to be attached to something bigger than themselves.
Yeah.
That's why the students do what they do and join what they join and are part of what they're part of. And so what we're doing is giving people an opportunity to attach to something bigger than themselves. Come and be a part of something that's helping push the game forward, pushing people forward, and then all of us are going beyond together because we're influencing the lives of each other. So we take mentors from all over. You can have gone through so many different backgrounds and trauma yourself, but we need you. Yeah. I say this all the time. Students can learn more from our scars than they can our perfection. And so if you've been through some things and you've seen some things that you wish somebody would have told you, the majority of our mentors say, I wish somebody would have been in my life. That's why I'm doing this. Or I did have somebody in my life, and I want to give back the same way it was given to me.
Yeah. I was a part of this mentorship growing up called Black Boys of Distinction. And I was so happy to be a part of something like that because, you know, I didn't grow up with brothers. I had my sister, my mom, and, you know, my aunties, grandma, and all that good stuff. But to be around positive Black males, you know what I mean? And they were all role models because at the time, you know, I was like at elementary, middle school, but these are guys that go to Wofford College, they're football players, or, you know, entrepreneurs. But it was just a good feeling to be around like-minded individuals, and like those guys really help cultivate like what you see today, right?
Did that make you want to be kind of like them?
It did. It did. Like I didn't know what I wanted to be as a child, but I knew that I wanted to be able to inspire the next generation because I was inspired by that.
Right.
And I didn't even know that I was inspired in those moments. I think I was just living as a kid, but now looking back on it, I'm grateful for Black Boys of Distinction because I feel like it really just changed the way I thought, the way I seen the world.
Association brings on simulation.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like
absolutely.
what you're associated with, you end up acting that out or becoming that, or it has a way of a full circle moment. It's kind of like I didn't even know I was doing that, but whatever was instilled in me, I'm starting to do more of that now. And we're at whatever stage you're in your life. The older you get, the more you understand and realize. As the old folks say, just keep living.
Right, just keep living.
You're gonna learn a lot.
What do you think is the message to young Black men right now?
The first thing I would say to Black men that are struggling, period, is you're not by yourself. You are not in this by yourself. There are insecurities that we all have. There are doubts within ourselves that we all have. There are different things that we struggle with trying to become in this whole rat race of success and what the world says it looks like, or your own definition of that. But I would say find other people, like-minded people that you can depend on and be real with. Because in a world of influencers and all these other things, everybody's trying to be something they're not, and nobody's being authentic. It's so hard to find real, authentic men that you can be yourself and have real conversation and say, hey, man, I'm struggling with this today, and I don't know. I text somebody the other day. I said, hey, man, I'm sad, and I can't even tell you why. And that person started affirming me and saying different things, but I was able to be real with my emotions. So number one, be honest with where you're at. Number two, find people that you can depend on that aren't going to judge you. They're not going to laugh at you for being honest about where you're at or where you're not at. Number three, continue to make progress and goals towards bettering yourself in different areas. In order to do that, you got to become uncomfortable. You got to get in spaces and things where you're trying new things or your new ideas and things that you thought about. Not only are you writing them down, but you're actively pursuing that. If you're going to fail forward. You know, don't just stay stagnant. I tell students all the time, none of us in this world were designed to stay in one place. We were all created to do something amazing or something great. What God has for QL, he has for QL. What God has for me, he has for me. But ultimately, I want to see the fullest potential of who I was created to be. And the only way I'm going to do that is if I'm constantly trying to pursue that. Sometimes I'm going to fail, but at least I'm failing forward. And then last but not least, just continue to keep praying and asking God to reveal to you what steps that you need to take in order to become the best version of you. And separate yourself from the foolishness. We put so much value in things that do not matter. You know, we always talk about generational curses. And well, I was the first, you know, a lot of young people making money now, right? So the younger they are, the more money people are making. And I'm the first person in my family to be a millionaire. I broke this generational curse. But how many generational curses have you started? Ooh, and you're not going to be real with yourself about what you haven't done because you're so busy boosting yourself up about the things that you have. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself about who you are, but also be honest with yourself about who you are not. And that authenticity will help to bring on an entire new version of who you can be and will be that you probably didn't even think of because you were so busy trying to keep up with the Joneses. By the way, nobody's ever met the Joneses. I've never seen them.
And speaking about who you are real quick, as we wrap up, Brandon, a lot of people see you as the youth pastor at Relentless. Some people see you as, you know, the founder of Forward and Beyond. But who is Brandon Montgomery behind all of that, though?
Hey, man, I'm honestly a man trying to figure it out every single day. I feel like some days I wake up and it's like, man, today is the day I feel empowered. I feel blessed. I want to be a blessing. And there are other days where I am in need of somebody to speak identity and life into me. And what I realize is every day that I wake up, I have an opportunity to be better than I was the day before. I realize that in order to have a great life, you know, you can sit here and compare where you are from where you're not, or you can sit here and compare what this person is doing on this scale and what you're doing or what you're not doing. But I realize if I just wake up and do today well, if I do today well, and I keep adding those days up, I'm going to look back and be like, man, I really accomplished some great things. And so I am a man that is humble enough to understand that I don't have it all figured out, but I'm also a man that's confident enough to know that I am amazing, I am talented, I am gifted, and God has given me the ability to do things that no one else on this earth can do. And as long as I put him first, I'm going to conquer and do everything that I was called to do. And I'm going to bring others along for the ride, because it isn't just about me. I want to make sure that other people realize what it means and feels to move forward and beyond.
I like that. It sounds like you live in this space of just gratitude from the moment you wake up.
Yeah, I have to, bro.
Yeah.
If you asked a question earlier, if you had to write a letter to your child, what would you say?
Would the title?
Mine would be called Memoirs of a Fool, because I done made all the mistakes. I done everything that I thought I was cool enough or whatever, and I realized without humility, without an understanding that, man, nobody can do this on their own. There's no such thing as a self-made man or woman. You need other people to be able to help you in those times of drought, basically, when there's nothing there. Or you also need to be that one that's helping others in their time of drought. It's a revolving door. So I know that I need people, I need God, I need so many different things, but I also know that I bring a lot to the table as well. And so I'm constantly evolving. Who I was last year is not who I am today, who I was last week. So catch me if you can.
I like that. And for those who do want to catch you, Brandon, that's maybe saying, hey, I want to be a mentor. Like, I want to be a part of Forward and Beyond. Maybe I just want to donate, some money or donate my time. Like, how can they get in contact with you, your organization, and kind of get connected with you guys?
Yeah, so you can email us at info@forwardandbeyond, or you can go to our website, forwardandbeyond.org. We have opportunities for you to sign up there to become a mentor, opportunities for you to donate. We are always looking for donations. Also, follow us on social media. The easiest one, we have Facebook and some of the others, but the easiest one is Instagram, just _Forward and Beyond, all spelled out. And you'll be able to keep in contact with us and see some of the amazing things that we're doing and that we're going to continue to do right here in this area, but also in areas to come. Yeah. We have other states, other cities that are begging for this program. And so I'm trying to be very methodical and strategic in how we move. It's a difference between moving, right? But there's a difference between moving in place and moving forward. We're trying to move forward. We're not just trying to move in place. And so we want to make sure that we're strategic in how we do so. But finding dedicated partners and allies in the community that want to either support financially, or they want to come alongside and be a mentor, or they want to introduce us to somebody else. Whatever it is, we want to make sure that we're connecting ourselves to something bigger than ourselves.
Well, I'm from Spartanburg, man. Sparkle City will welcome you guys with open arms. So when you're ready, just let me know.
Listen, I think that move is a lot closer than you think. We're going to talk off air.
Okay, bet. Brandon, thanks for stopping by the QL Show podcast.
Thank you for having me, man.
Absolutely.
I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you.
I'm really, really proud of you. You are doing things, and you are being a guiding light in the midst of a dark world, man. And we really celebrate and salute you. I don't think you realize how many people are for you, bro.
Yeah, I receive that. Appreciate you, man.